Hello and welcome to today's morning report on Tuesday the 7th of October with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Hantech Markets. These European markets have started on the back foot, actually a bit of negativity sweeping through as this session's getting going. That's come after a bit of a cautious session, certainly on Wall Street. There were initially gains yesterday on the markets, but then that flitted away as the session went on, and it closed just slightly down, but certainly there is an element of caution now that is creeping through these markets. Asian markets also overnight were pretty negative as well. So yeah, that's what we're seeing on the equity side. Certainly on the forex side as well, this big dollar correction that we saw yesterday could be the beginning of something going on in these markets. It'll be interesting to see in the coming days exactly how this develops, because there are signs of potentially some reversals in these dollar forex majors. Certainly on likes of cable, euro dollar, dollar yen, and also the Aussie dollar as well. And interestingly, the Bank of Japan and the Bank of Australia, Reserve Bank of Australia, both stood flat on monetary policy overnight. Interestingly as well, the Reserve Bank of Australia just mentioned about the fact that they were still viewing the value of the Aussie dollar to be quite extended still. That despite the big decline that we've seen in the value of the Aussie dollar in the past month or so. But also the Bank of Japan holding monetary policy flat as well, and reducing its outlook for industrial output. So there's slight signs there, potentially that there could be further monetary easing on the way, but certainly there's no real suggestion of that on the yen, which is strengthening today, and also the Aussie dollar, which is also strengthened against the US dollar today. But these, as I said, these dollar pairs are just finding they're a bit more mixed than they were yesterday, but certainly there are signs of potential reversals, and I'll keep an eye on that in the coming days. In terms of our economic updates today, we've just really got the UK manufacturing production at 9:30. And that is expected to come in at 3.4%, so an improvement on the 2.2% last time out. And that would theoretically, if it comes in above that, that would obviously strengthen or help to strengthen sterling today. There are a couple of Fed chiefs talking today, Koch Lakota and also Bill Dudley speaking this afternoon. Both of them are doves, so the market will certainly be looking out for signs of any sort of shift in sentiment there on their side, but we'll wait and see how that goes. And that takes me to my chart of the day, which is the DAX. Now, I looked at the DAX last night and I saw that it had this support around 9,200, but the DAX has opened today sharply down from that, so breaching that 9,200 support. 9,200 had been a bit of a pivot level historically, not a hugely strong pivot level, but still had held to a certain extent. But certainly that breakdown today just is suggesting that it's a fairly disappointing move. Certainly yesterday, what the DAX missed out on the big non-farm payrolls related gains of Friday, and actually fell throughout the day, following on from a very strong open to close near the lows of Friday again, and now we're back below that low. Look at these momentum indicators, all in bearish configuration. MACD lines falling away, stochastics very disappointingly negative. Also the RSI with further downside potential, so we could see further downside. I think certainly a suggestion that there's further weakness on the way. We could even see it retest of these lows around 8,900. Interesting that we've got on the hourly chart, we've got this resistance in place now at 9,370. Was used as a couple of times as support before being breached on the downside, and certainly we're seeing a sequence of lower highs and lower lows over the past couple of weeks. So the DAX really is in corrective mode still. Any sort of bounces being sold into. Looks like we're going to be testing supports on this chart. You've got one around 90.50, and also that reaction there at 90.68 before that 89.03 low that we saw back in early August. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on the DAX today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.